What's up, everybody? Welcome to the special edition of Real Talk Chronicles. This is Happy Thursday. You know it has to be a special edition for me to come out on a Thursday and rock out with you guys. I appreciate you all, whomever's going to chime in and watch. This is what we're going to do tonight. Tonight, if you didn't know, I think I had put up the post that I'm being honored along with several other promoters, people in the industry that have done things. Talk Chronicles. That Happy Thursday. Talk Chronicles. Sorry, that I mute my own self. That have done, events and other things that could contribute to the Harlem community or just the tri-state area. And with that being said, I have an individual here. I have two individuals. One, I have the one of the promoters of the event. My man, his name is Frank Lewis, but we call him Frank the cameraman. What's up, Frank? How are you?
Hey, Bill, it's an honor and a pleasure, brother. Thank you for allowing me to be on your platform.
You're welcome. You're welcome. What's up, Diane Hayes? How are you, sis? Another extraordinary promoter.
Diane?
Yeah, Diane's in the building. What's going on, sis?
Buddy.
That's my old dancing partner. Exactly. We Savage Crew in the building. And without further ado, I got another brother in the building. We have Mr. Dave Shepard, who is a good friend of mine and my martial arts brother. And Dave, how are you, brother?
I'm feeling great, Bill. Thank you for having me on.
Right. Dave, can you hear us? Oh, we lost you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well, brother. Thank you for having me on. And thank you, Mr. Frank, cameraman, for putting me down. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. So, Dave, give some people some insight on your background. What's up, Kenny? Give people some insight on your background and on your promotional background. Or you can tell them all about you if you want to, but we're talking about your promotional background. Give people some insight on your promotional background.
Okay, I'll try to be as brief as possible, but it goes back to about 45 years or more. In fact,
go ahead, let's go back.
If you look at this flyer, check out the date on it.
Wow.
That's a 42-year-old flyer.
Wow.
And then you have here a 43-year-old flyer.
79.
79.
Yeah. And I have a whole host of flyers, but I don't want to put all that up. But I started out basically giving parties at my house in Parkchester. You know, you had one speaker in one bedroom, another speaker in the living room, and the main bedroom is where I was a DJ. Thought I was a DJ.
Okay.
During that time, the records were very, very long. Ring My Bell and all, they were like, what, 17 minutes long? So you could put one, you could put one big 45 on there and that'll play. You could run around and dance and then come back. So I was the DJ for my house parties for about a year or so until things started getting a little crazy. And I got tired of cleaning up by myself and my neighbors getting on me about all the noise and the smoking and the drinking in the hallways. So my cousin said that there's a place in the Bronx called the Stardust Ballroom. And I knew about that spot. So he encouraged me to come out and do my first event at this big event at the Stardust Ballroom. And let me tell you, my ball playing friends, my Edenwald friends came out to support me, and I took off from there. You know, and I had the privilege of running with the original Bachelors in Blue. I don't know if you remember those guys, Lonnie, Daryl, Harold,
I know them very well.
Larry, all those guys. I still talk to Darren, who lives in Atlanta. Bill and Lonnie passed away. But I received, they were my mentors, man. I got a lot of knowledge and a lot of insight on how this promotion game works.
Right.
And I just kept going. In fact, I did all that, then I got into the comedy game 30 years ago. Look at the date, 92. I've been promoting comedy for 30 years.
Is that Bill Bellamy on the flyer?
No, that's Rob Stapleton, You see Hamburger?
Hamburger.
Yeah, Hamburger.
Right.
Yep.
Now let me tell you briefly about that. Hamburger was the reason why my comedy shows was so successful. That was my first comedy show. And 2 months before that, Def Jam started.
Wow.
Hamburger was on Def Jam on TV. So when I had him as my host, people wanted to see him live. That place was packed out at the Sports Bar on 70-something Street and Broadway. I mean, I had a crazy amount of people. Then that took off. So I just had the right timing, and I was in corrections during that time. So I had a whole,
following
bevy of people to reach out to. My martial arts buddies, my Eden Wall buddies, my correction, my basketball friends. So it just took off from there.
Awesome. And that's a beautiful thing. I mean, for those that don't know, I have a promotional background. That's why Frank is honoring me. And I started off with Nubian Gold. No, to be honest with you, I started off in '88 with a group called Posh Productions. I met them at a club in Midtown called Terra Nova, where a lot of people, Maria Davis and other people, and Stan Dennis and a lot of industry people were down there, and we used to hang out down there. And I met these guys. I forgot their name. I think it was James and Sean, and started working. They were doing a party on a Sunday, and I got the flyer, and it said free. So what I did, I called up a bunch of people and said, "Yo, meet me here Sunday. We're gonna party." So I'm standing outside, and people are coming up and they're saying hi to me, but I'm standing next to the promoter, and the promoter's like, he's saying hi to them, and they like, "Yeah, what's up? Yo, Bill, what's up?" So he's like, I said, "Yeah, go on inside. Go on inside." People going inside, and he's like, "Yo, all these people. Why are these people saying hi to you?" I said, "I invited them down here." He said, "You invited them down here?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, this is my party." Well, I said, "Well, I didn't do it to be disrespectful." I said, "I saw a flyer and it said free." And he said, "You ever thought about promoting?" I said, "No." I said, "I danced. I was a dancer before I got into promotions." And he said, "Well, can we talk to you later on about promoting?" I said, "Okay, we'll see what happens." And that's where I met Stan Dennis from partying down there. And I was rocking with Sean and James for a while. And we did a great fashion show at Savage in '89. And then I started getting a little hungry for it. I liked it. And then I branched off, and I started watching Stan doing stuff with Stan Dennis. And after that, I hooked up with Kenny Dinkins, R.I.P. Kenny, and we had Nubian Gold, and we did Nubian Gold for a while. No, let me be fair. I got into the industry, the music industry, because back then at Terra Nova, you could have the music industry. This is when Keith Sweat just dropped Let's Make It Last and stuff like that. So they would come down there, him and Jackie McGee and Red Alert. We was all in Terra Novas because Maria Davis was down there and Stan was down there. And that was probably one spot that we would go down there and we rock out with. And so I hooked up with a lady named Carol and Allison. Carol worked for MTV, and we started publicity. We started doing PR for the music business. Then we had Gordy's Groove and stuff like that. We would try to do release parties and publicity for the artists. Well, the industry was getting hard. As the industry started getting harder and harder, because Stan and I did a party at Bedrock, and it bombed. Like we had like 2 people in that joint. You know what I'm saying? So the industry was funny. And then I said, "Well, wait a minute, man. Let me go back to what I know, entertaining the average Jane and John." And with that being said, shout out to Ron in the building, former promoter in the building. And once I got, and like I said, I hooked up with Kenny, and we was doing the Pulse. Once we started doing the Pulse, we started rocking. And we started doing that from like 89, 90. And then I decided to branch off from Kenny, I think maybe 92. And then I hooked up, I went solo. Shout out to Cliff, RIP Cliff Null, who used to do flyers, Trends Graphics. And Mark Austin did my logo. You know, shout out to somebody. Somebody said, "Awesome story, Dave, on YouTube." TYRIK. I don't know who that is. I'm assuming it's a friend of yours. And Cliff Knoll. You know, we used to go down to Trends Graphics, and then I asked Mark Austin. I said, "Yo, Mark." He told me he was into graphics. I said, "Do my flyer." I said, "Do a logo for me," and he did my logo, and that's why 4-Star. 4-Star was a derivative for my name, Forster. So my last name Forster. So 4-Star Entertainment, and at that time that was the best thing. So my logo was always 4-Star Entertainment, quality events and affairs. And then Mike Eddie and I hooked up in 94. I think it was 94, 93. We did our first party at the UN. We were probably one of the first promoters going.
Remember that?
Yeah. It was African History Month. We went down there and we didn't stop. You know, we birth places like Mars 2112 and other stuff. And we were doing parties every 6 weeks. And I didn't stop. We didn't stop for years. Like we went from 90s to the 2000s up into like 2000. I think Mike Eddie and our last party might have been 2006 together. But in between that time, I had started. I'm going to take the onus and say I probably was one of the first promoters to do lounges because I started doing the bars. I started doing One Fish, Two Fish.
Mm-hmm.
That restaurant, One Fish, Two Fish. And I'm the first promoter to go in Mocha. When Mocha first opened up, I was this first promoter. So I take a little pride in building up Mocha's establishment, Leon's name. And then I was doing One Fish, Two Fish, Mocha, and then I was doing down at the club, downtown, the industry club, Envy, you know, down on Spring, I think it is. And I did this club right across the street called Jet East, right across the street from there. So I was doing everything at that time. And I started doing that just I wanted people to get some get back from, you know, the John and Jane Q Publics to go somewhere where they didn't have to dress up all the time. But, you know, we understand the whole promotional thing. Frank, tell people how you got into promotions, and I know you're known as Frank the cameraman. So give us some history on you, because this is all about how you started too.
Well, my very first introductory into the industry was through M. Morton Hall. You know, I remember going backstage, taking me to a concert, and we were backstage, and this was when Blue Magic. It was Blue Magic, Jimmy Castor's bunch, this group called Made in the USA, and the Silvers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so myself and Jimmy's daughter, God bless the dead, Jimmy Castor, Jimmy's daughter, whose name is April, we running through the dressing rooms, chasing around, you know, she's chasing Forster, I'm chasing Angie from the Silvers. So, you know, and I was like, wow, this is something that I, you know, whatever, you know, I'm like 10 years old. You know, around that time I caught the DJ bug, and I started a group called Star City Crew here on the east side, you know, and then from there, you know, I just put down the turntables and stopped doing that. And I wanted to dib and dab and play basketball. You know, I'm a Rice Raider. You know, I played high school ball. I was, you know, if I was taking it serious, I might have went to the pros, but I didn't take it serious because, you know, I just wanted to be around the women and do all of that.
Yeah.
You know,
you went to Rice. I was at O'Hollows with your brother. Yeah,
that's right. You was at O'Hollows with my brother, right? So you know, I wind up, you know, hooking up with a few other cats, Fonz Robinson, Will Jackson, Larry Love, Chris Johnson, Jerome C, DJ Jerome C. And, you know, we formulated a group called the Sober Brothers, you know. So, you know, we were doing.
Excuse me, you talking about Chris Johnson, Slim Chris Johnson, that's been promoting for 100 years.
Yes.
Shout out to Chris Johnson. Shout out to Chris
Johnson.
Excellent,
you know,
brother. Excellent.
And then I was and then me and Charles Taylor, which is my brother as well. You know, we were working. Charles at that time was working underneath Cisco. Yeah. And Cisco was the, you know, was the cameraman, the original cameraman for the Rooftop discotheque back in the days, and a few other places. So, and that's where the brotherhood formulated, and I, you know, I've been going around different clubs and venues taking pictures. We used to do strip shows. I used to do strip shows with Mimi Harris and Roger the Barbarian, Jeanette.
Yeah, Roger the Barbarian up in the Bronx when they were going up
at
there
at Parkside Plaza.
Yeah,
we did Parkside Plaza. We were doing the Savoy. Also in that group was Cameo.
Yeah,
you know, so it was Cameo and Rambo. So you know, we get the, you know, when we were taking pictures, then we were just young and we were having fun. You know, we were the original photographers. Set up on 125th Street on the side of the Apollo, anywhere in Harlem. So, you know, and then, you know, I finally branched off and I did my photography with Lonnie Johnson.
Shout out to my brother. Man Lonnie, my 2-8 brother.
Yeah, Lonnie caught the photography bug because, you know, at the time he was one half of this group called Adoring Spice. So he used to dance. So he used to be upset that me and Charles would wind up always making more money than him, because he's like, yo, I'm the one putting in the hard work up here shaking my ass. You motherfuckers over here chilling. Y'all drinking Alizé and all of that. They were drinking that. I don't drink. But you know, and that's how it all started. And then, you know, Charles and I was doing all the major parties for Lenny the Barber and LSG. We spoke about that before. Big Buddha, all the Harlem parties, all the major parties, and all the major clubs that allowed us to come in and set up. I remember when Big Buddha used to do Lundy's across the street from Mars 2112. Lundy's is now Applebee's.
Wow.
And then, you know, we've been in everywhere. We've been in on the Roxy's and everything. Here's a fun fact for you. You know, shout out to my man Dave Shue. I was Dave Shue first DJ when he did his very first house party.
Ain't that something?
You understand? Dave got a big party coming up. He got his big party coming up next month, March, at the Alhambra. Case,
shout out to Dave Shue, my man.
Yeah, Case. He got Case and he got Kid Capri and everybody coming out. And you know, like I work with a lot of cats. I work with Final Four. You know, we work with a lot of people in this photography business, you know. And we graduated from the Polaroids into the new digital aspect of the world. And you know, we did Mars 2112, and you know, and that's where, you know, in the mix of all of that, we met Kenny. You know, and that's where the brotherhood formed, and you know, we were Platinum Plus Entertainment. You know, while he was still with you, dibbing and dabbing with Nubian Gold and all of that, and we became Platinum Plus Entertainment. And then, you know, that was it. You know, I tell people, like, we were the first ones to do Thursdays at Jimmy's Bronx Cafes. Right now it's called Salsa Con Fuego. So it was the same formula, the same things that they're doing now at Salsa.
What year was that? What year was that you did Jimmy's?
We were doing Jimmy's. We started Jimmy's like 89, 90, early on.
At Jimmy's Bronx Cafe?
Jimmy's Bronx Cafe on Fordham Road. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thursday nights. We had Thursday nights.
Really?
Yeah. We done had God Bless
the Dead. Downstairs?
The main floor. You see where South
that back room.
Yes, the back room. Yeah. Where the way see where Jimmy's where Dallas BBQs is, all of that was Jimmy's Bronx Cafe.
Yeah, I know, because I was the first one to do comedy in Jimmy's downstairs in 90. He didn't even want me there because he didn't know me, but I had a friend that pushed me through. That was in 93.
93. Yes.
Yeah. I was the first one downstairs with the comedy show and the after party.
Right. Well, you were down. Right, but where you were downstairs, and you know, we was upstairs.
Okay, got you.
we were upstairs, you know.
Yeah, okay.
we were
That's why I wanted
upstairs.
to be
So
clear. Yeah, I wanted to be clear on that. That's cool.
yeah. So, but
you know, let me just say this, and let me interject for a second. It is so funny when we start connecting the dots and the dates.
Correct.
Things, how we've intertwined and went past each other, or that's how we develop relationships because of one another, or some stuff like that. Because you know, Dave and I, as much as Dave and I talk on the phone, and now we find out that we have so much in common from the martial arts and the people that we trained with together, and then the promotional aspect, and then the law enforcement aspect. You know what I'm saying? And then we just like each other too. You know what I'm saying? Because that just makes it easier when you like somebody. Just like you said, Frank, I never get one time when you was talking to me. And shout out to Jason Braswell. He said, "What's up, my 1199 brother?" Thank you, Pam. Thank you, Paula, for the nice compliment. She said, "Wow." She said that party at the UN was one of my best parties I went to. Thank you. I appreciate that. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Lanier Rogers in the building. My guys. Lanier, what's going on, man? We're going to have to pull you in here one day.
My brother, Lanier, my correction brother.
Exactly. Lanier, we got to talk offline. I'm trying to set up a correction show, and I need you to come on, even if you got to do the ghost without the face, if you don't want to show your face, but I need correction.
Hey, Bill.
And you know, Real Talk Chronicles, we handle a lot of business. You know, this is a special edition. I wanted to pay homage to Frank and give shout outs to the other promoters that are going to be on this event that he's honoring. So, and I got my boy Dave Shepard in the building. So we're going to chop it up real quick because right now we're going down memory lane and we're just talking how our history and how we got into this business and the fact that, you know, Frank has decided to honor us. But Frank, I'm gonna let you finish about your career, and that leads us up to how you switch into promotion. So go ahead, Frank.
Well, you know, in the mix of all of that, you know, you have my cousin Stephen Anthony King.
Right.
Stephen Anthony King used to dance back in the days too, with Sizzling and everything. So you see how we connecting dots, like you said.
Sizzling.
Right.
So, but let me tell you something. Sizzling used to dance with Mandingo.
That's right.
Like Mr.
Roger, Mandingo, Flavor, Sir Lancelot, and all of them dudes.
I forgot what did Mandingo and them call themselves? They had their own little group.
Yeah, they did.
Did y'all know Blade?
Who?
Did y'all know Blade?
Blade.
He was only in the business for about 5 years, 6 years.
Okay.
No.
That was my son. But
wow.
Oh, get out of here.
Wow.
See how we connecting the dots. That's what I'm gonna start doing. Shout out to T.L. Cross. He connects the dots in the music industry. I'm gonna connect the dots in the promotional industry.
That's right.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, that brother's a bad brother. That brother T.L. Cross, he's a bad brother, boy.
He's doing his thing. He's doing his thing on the.
But like I said, but you know, we've been intertwined in all of this. You know, like one of my best friends is Kenya Smith. He's also one of you martial art brothers.
Yeah,
you know,
my Goju brother. Yes,
right.
Photographer
right.
too. Yeah, absolutely.
That's right. So we talking about Harlem, brother. You know, we talking about being around in certain places and doing, being places and everything, and I just transcended into the photography stuff, and then one day, Alan Meekins, you know Alan, Dave, Alan Meekins.
The name
he
sounds
used to play
familiar.
ball. You know Alan.
Familiar.
God bless the dead. He passed away. His birthday was probably, I think, 2 days ago, and he approached me along with a good brother, Andre, and they was like, "Yo, you ever thought about promoting?" Same kind of conversation, like same thing with you, Bill. And long and behold, I did my very first party on my own after the passing of Kenny. We did a BYOBB party down at the Bishop Perry Hall.
Right.
And then it took off from there, and I got a phone call one day, and it was Kevin Shaw. He said, "Come outside."
God bless Kevin Shaw.
Right. He said, right. God bless. He said, "Come outside." I came outside. He said, "Get in the car." Okay. I'm like, what I do? and we had a heart-to-heart conversation, and he said, you know, he was proud of my progress. He was proud of the things that I've done and the things that I'm doing, and that, you know, and his wit was that you no longer can take pictures at my party now because you're one of my competitions.
Yes, absolutely.
But
and let me tell you something. I love Kevin Shaw. Rest in peace, Kevin Shaw. Because Kevin Shaw, if he thought you were soft, he'll press you, bro.
Oh yeah.
Kevin Shaw will press you.
Oh yeah,
right.
Oh yeah.
I never forget one time. He said to me one time we was hanging out. It's a picture, and I was hanging out with Fred Brown, Kevin Shaw, Rudy Marquis. Rest in peace to those guys.
Rest in peace, Rudy.
Rudy, my man.
Yeah. And I think Rob Jackson was there, and maybe somebody else. There's a picture. It's floating around. I'm gonna have to look and see if I have it. It came up in one of the memories, and Kevin and I used to talk, and he'd be like, "Yo, Bill," you know how Kevin was. He'd be like, "Bill,
yeah,
you know, you're a bad motherfucker. I be watching you." Yeah, he was like, "Yo," he's like, "Yo, you nice pretty boy, but you don't be playing taking no shit." He said, I don't say nothing, but I be watching it.
That's Kevin.
And, you know, Fred was that old school G. He might bend over a little bit and be like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I love.
But the love was there because you know, I came up under you guys. I came up, like I said, with a lot of cats that I've mentioned. Even my man Lawrence White, you know, when he used to have New Galaxy Entertainment when we were doing the first.
Larry, yeah.
Right. We were doing Bianca's before Bianca's became Bianca's Across the Park. They just purchased it and got it from the Black Unicorns.
Yep, and I remember.
You understand?
Parrish was his security. Parrish was
That's right. That's right. So Bianca's, lo and behold, became the Alhambra Ballroom.
Oh, okay, right.
So the same people does that. So when they left Bianca's, they came over and they took over.
Everybody, hold on, Frank. I got my man in the building, Nathan Ingram. Nathan, this is just a podcast. Nathan, for those that don't know, is the architect to this magazine, who is the sponsorship for Real Talk Chronicles. These are his magazines. Phenomenal brother, Nathan Ingram. Nathan, he did an art. He has a thing in there with me. Also, too, Nathan, I'm gonna hook you up with Dave Shep. He's a martial arts brother with Anthony Muhammad and Professor Bill and stuff like that. You guys need to meet and hook up. But he's a sponsor of Real Talk Chronicles. This is a special edition of Real Talk Chronicles. Everybody that's chiming in. Stefania said, "Dang, I wish I was born earlier. I could have partied with you all. You would have had a ball." Let me tell you something.
Oh yeah.
There was no part. Apollo was from that era too. Now I'm calling Apollo his name back in the days. But he was from that era. We were all from that era. Let me tell you something. There isn't anything like the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and a part of the 2000s. I don't care what anybody says. I listen. Our era of partying was phenomenal. There was no problem at the door.
Nothing.
Listen.
Nothing.
Nobody.
Nothing.
Brewmaster's in the building. What's up, Brewmaster?
Oh,
shout out to Brewmaster.
I can tell you some things with me and Brewmaster. Me and Brew, we used to run around and put up billboards. You understand? We used to post up the billboards and mail out flyers at the post office on 34th Street. Shout out to my man Brewmaster. Yeah.
Brewmaster, text me so I can send you the link so you can come in. It's just a celebration right now. This is about Frank and Dave. But text me, Brewmaster, and I'll send you a link so you can come in and talk if you're free. We can talk about historically, because Brewmaster has helped promote me. He has helped promote all of us at any given time.
What was it? What was oh man, son. What was the promotion thing? Wow, I can't think of it. But yeah, that was it. That's what we used. Dave. I mean Tim, Brewmaster. We used to run around and put the posters up. He and I with the solution and the whole. See, a lot of people don't understand.
Sun song. He said
bingo.
Sun song. He said
Sun song. Right.
Sun song.
Right. Yep, so exactly. before social media, you had to put the footwork in.
Oh yeah.
You had to put the footwork in.
Yeah.
Let me just say this. Brewmaster and no disrespect to Tony and rest in peace, LD all day, all night, and all these other guys, Spud and all these guys, Henry Hill. Shout out to all the fly guys. The fourth,
that's right.
Brewmaster and the fourth are the only two that took their craft of passing out flyers to another level of equality.
Yes.
You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
Brewmaster
for sure.
and the fourth are the only two that took their promotional hustle as looking at them and shout out to Steve Jackson, but these guys at one point started off flyers, but Brewmaster saw the vision of a business, and the fourth took the business and became their own entities in a whole. Brewmaster went from this, and then he just went to distribution and all kind of shit. You asked Timmy what he was doing. Next thing you know, he had this company, that company.
That's right.
Like, damn, really?
That's
you know
right.
what I'm trying to say? And then the same thing with the fourth. I got to give a shout out to my man Fourth. He started managing, rest in peace, Tommy Allen, Johnny Allen. I think another person. The fourth is doing now. I think he has his own security company. So shout out to Brewmaster. And I see yeah. Oh, Ron says shout out Brewmaster. Ron, what was the oh yeah, he liked to dance too. Ron, what was the name of you and your brother's organization? Shout out to Ron in the building, man. What's the shout out to you? So let me ask you, so you transitioned into promoting now, right? You still doing so you still do the camera. Now, yeah. Dave, I want to ask both of you guys a question since it's just us two here. And we can chop it up like this. Tell me how you first, and shout out to all the promoters. Shout out to the OGs that I've watched, Lincoln, the Melvins, the Francis, the Dow twins, the Steve G's, to the mentors, the Sparkles. Shout out to all you guys staying Dennis, like I said, because studying the game took me to that elite promoting status, because we know at a time to be elite, you had to have 1,000 people in it. Shout out to my peers, the Black and Golds and the
Black and Gold brothers. Kenyatta.
Yeah, Kenyatta, exactly. Kenyatta was behind me, but shout out to them. Because I'm caught between those after Dave Sheps, watching the Dave Sheps but staying under the Lincoln and the Melvins and the Sam Tugars, and then the Steve G's. And the Sparkles and Stan Dennis, watching these cats. And then, like I said, because I remember when Black and Gold started, Mike Green, he was the DJ for me at the Post.
Right. That's right.
So, I mean, it is so beautiful. The one thing to see us right now come together and converse about history, because just like this business, there are some people that we have bad taste in our mouth. We will never do business. Dave and I have talked about that. I'm sure, Frankie, you and I have conversed about that. I'm glad that I've never been one of those people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because my reputation has always been, I want to be equality. Stefani said, do y'all think partying was more fun back then compared to today? Stefani, there isn't any comparison.
Not at all. Not at all.
I'll let each one of you two elaborate on that. You just listen, and I'll start off. First and foremost, we respected women back in our days.
Oh yeah.
We literally we're from an era where we asked women to dance.
Correct.
Like we're from an era where we said, "Oh, excuse me, would you want to dance?" Like we didn't even wait for the like the era started changing when women started dancing by themselves, and then a guy would come and ask. No, we're from that era where a woman was sitting down and we would have to go suck up, put your big boy drawers on and say, excuse me, when she was sitting next to her girlfriends and be like, would you like to dance? You know what I'm saying? And then you get rejected and you be like, damn, do I ask her girlfriend? Because, I would be mad if this chick and this chick and this chick tell me no. I want to be fucking like, fuck all y'all. You know what I'm saying? But you had to put it on some cool shit. Be like, all right, I guess you tired. You know what I'm saying? We didn't.
Bill,
go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
It was so funny that sometimes you would see 3 to 4 young ladies dancing on the side, and you would ask one to dance, and she would say no. How depressing was that? You in there dancing in the side with your girlfriends, and you say no to me. But I want to go back to Frank when he was naming off some of the clubs. The places I started off at was Laughs 1 and 2.
Wow.
Leviticus.
Pegasus.
I know I'm taking a lot of people back.
On the east side.
Stardust Ballroom, Concourse Plaza.
That was on the east side
Boston
too.
Room Ballroom. I mean, Justine's with the Dow Twins. And Reggie Wells was the DJ back then in the day, just starting out before he became a promoter.
Reggie Wells, yeah.
So, you know, back then those clubs were really in the what is it? You had the garage back there. I never did nothing at the garage though.
Yo, Dave, hold on. Let's really give a lot of props. Shout out to one of the Dow twins. I know he had surgery recently. I told him I would try to reach out to him. But let me tell you something. The Dow twins were probably the promoters that kind of showed you how to kind of put some kind of make you think they own some shit, even if they didn't own it, because they was part of, like you said, the Leviticus and Justine's.
Look,
they were at Justine's, and I don't know if they were at Othello's, but they were on Justine's on 8th Avenue and 37th Street.
Listen,
and Reggie Wells was their DJ during that time in another cat.
And the Intrepid.
The Intrepid, right? That's what I was about to say, Bill.
The Intrepid,
but you know the difference with the Dow twins. They had a different projection of themselves that you wouldn't know they were promoters. You would think they were straight up business guys. They were very, very astute and smart brothers, you know, and they weren't the same as the average promoters.
Right.
You know, they weren't. You know, and that's why
they weren't friendly when you came to that door. If you wasn't guest list, your ass wasn't getting in.
Oh no, they were about their money. They were about their money.
Shout out to Debbie Jackson in the building. I think we know who she is. Shout out to Miss Jackson. She said
Debbie
the Dow
Jackson?
twins did they think? Yeah, Debbie Jackson. You know who
Debbie
she is,
Jackson?
Right? You know Debbie Jackson? Yeah, Debbie Jackson.
From formerly of WBLS?
Yeah, Debbie Jackson. That's Debbie Jackson. Shout out to Debbie Jackson. It's always a pleasure to see her. Paula Field said, remember Sweetwaters? And she said, who did the Roots Club?
Oh, yeah. Sweetwaters and Honeysuckle West. Honeysuckles.
Yeah, Honeysuckle West. Yes.
Sweetwater
was. So Bill, you see what this is going, right? See, this is the reason why I reached out to you, gentlemen. You understand? This is the reason why, because you guys have more than enough knowledge and have been doing this promotional game for quite some while. Dave has been in this business close to 50 years, if I'm not mistaken.
1977. What is that? My math is not good.
Hey.
Oh my God.
It's been that long.
Yo, watch this. That's Harriet Tubman numbers. Now listen.
All right, Bill.
Yo, Dave. Dave. No. I'm just saying that's Watergate numbers.
Ebon Sayanagi, Bill. Bill. Ebon Sayanagi, Bill. Uchigati or Sotegati, Bill.
Ty Sabaki, baby. Corner guys.
But listen, but that's the reason why. You understand? Because, you know, if it wasn't for gentlemen like yourselves, there would be no Frank the Cameraman. You know, I had an honor and pleasure of working with a lot of people, coming up under a lot of people. You know, shout out to my man K-Mel out in Brooklyn. You know, that's why, you know, yeah, you know, so, you know, like, I want to shout out Derek Sanders when, you know, I was a house photographer for the Paradise Theater, you know.
Shout out to Derek Sanders. Listen,
yeah.
My man Lonnie
so
said,
you know,
said,
like
to this mess. Hold on, Frank. My man Lonnie said, I'm not listening to this mess. He said, I started out at the Savoy Manor. Oh, ain't that cute?
I was gonna mention the Savoy Manor too. Now, the old one.
We ain't gonna forget you, Lonnie. Yeah.
Hey, look, hey, Bill, the old one and the new one. The one that was on
there's
149th, and then the other one that was on Jerome Avenue.
Gotcha. Booyah.
Exactly.
You understand? So you know, we've been doing this.
Frank, I'm gonna let you finish. Hold on, Frank. Let me just finish. So now, Stefania, you see why we say there was nothing like our era? We got memories of two different locations. From he talked about Bianca's on the Park to Alejandro Ballroom to Savoy Manor on Tremont and on the Grand Concourse. Yeah, 149. So go ahead, Frank. Continue.
Yeah, so this is the reason why, this is the reason why, this was put together. It was put together with myself and Robert Hall, with Cato the cameraman, and with John Easley. So, but it was really Robert Hall who kind of spearheaded everything. He came to me with the idea, and he said, this is what we want to do. So,
You feel better, Robert. Robert is a little under the weather right now.
Yeah.
Feel better, Rob.
Okay.
So real quick, I just wanted to run down some of the names of the people. I got Pike Entertainment.
You have the flyer too? You have the flyer?
I don't have the physical flyer in my hand, but I have a flyer. I kind of left the flyers. I kind of left the flyers in the car.
Hey, Frank. You're a promoter and you ain't got a flyer, brother?
Hey, here's the flyer here, brother.
There you go.
Here's the flyer. But real quick, I just want to touch on something real quick, though. Real quick.
Go ahead.
We used to sit. I remember back in the days, Bill, you can attest to this. We used to sit in the hallway at Lino Press when it was on 22nd Street.
Yeah.
We used to sit in the hallway, right?
Yeah.
We would go get a calendar out of Frank's office, and all the promoters used to pick what dates that they want so that their parties didn't clash with the other promoters.
That's real talk. That's real
You understand? So
shout out to Frank Lino Press. Exactly.
So I'm like people don't understand and know my story, because I've been in this business and I've been mentored. And I've been around a lot of people. I wore many hats in this business: security, coat check, flyer distributor, email taker. I've done it all in this business. Photographer, DJ. But I just wanted to just shine a light on some people that I felt what was deserving, and that some of them were my mentors and my peoples that I've had the privilege to work with, and I have another one we're working on, and we're going to touch on and bring on a few other people, but this go around, I got Pike Entertainment, I got Big Vaughn, I got Paradise Styles, I got Little Tony from Checkmate Entertainment, I got one of my good friends, Mike B, out of Brooklyn, Dave Shepard, of course. I got Desmond. Desmond was a partnered up with Mike Eddie after you and Mike broke up. You understand the circle? So Desmond, I was able to do a party with Mike Eddie, Desmond, and myself at the Copacabana.
Mm-hmm.
You get where I'm going?
Hold on. Shout out to my brother, my dude. He always says he hates this thing, but I always got to give props to him. In enhancing my game, teaching me the game. Stan Dennis is in the building. He said, "Nice convo."
What's up, Stan?
Happy belated birthday, my G.
Yeah. I got Mark. Real quick, I got Mark Austin. I got a young lady, Lisa Lavish Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? She got a big party she's doing this weekend, a Players Ball. You understand? Up at the Nassau Coliseum. We got Cynthia Berry. I have, I have Trina. Now Trina is not only an up and coming and established promoter, she's also a graphic designer.
One of the best.
You understand?
Really?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to tell Trina, holler at your boy. We know each other for too long. I didn't even know you did the graphic designs. Holler at your boy.
And videos. She does videos.
And videos. Right.
Love you, Stan.
But then I want to round it out with Jackie Perez, because you see Jackie Perez been around and she's worked with Dave And she's worked with the Dow twins. She's worked with myself, and she worked with a lot of other established promoters in the business. You understand? So basically, you know, I'm just trying to, you know, shine a light on some people and just wanted to say thank you. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Dave. You understand? And that's what it's about. Big shout out to Daryl Hicks.
Yeah.
My G.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you know, this is not about me. It's about you guys. It's basically about me just, you know, giving people their flowers while they're alive, so that you guys, what we're doing right now, a lot of the people don't even know the connection, or they don't even know the beginning stages of whatever. They only know what they know right now. They only know the stuff that started in the late 90s up until now. They don't know the beginning. They don't know. They don't know all of this stuff.
I want to ask Dave a question. Dave, how did you feel when Frank or the other gentleman said they wanted to honor you during this event? How did you feel about that?
Well, because I love this business so much, you know, when you have a love for something, it's not work. So when they wanted to honor me for something that I loved, it's not work to me, I felt a whole lot of pride. I felt honored. I felt that, you know, not finally, but somebody else is recognizing what I've done and what I'm doing. And I'm appreciative of that. I've never been honored before, but it's if I'm never honored again, I'm all right with that, because how I'm honored is when people tell me after my show, yo, Dave, that was a great show, man. And when they come back, Dave, when's your next event? I'm gonna put me on the guest list. That for me is being honored. This here is just an extension of that from people that are doing the same thing that I'm doing.
You know, what this night has taught me, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to connect the dots. I'm going to do some promotional reunions via Real Talk Chronicles. It's going to be in some segments, but I'm going to start connecting some dots with some people, because you know what's so funny, to sit here and have this kind of conversation. There are so many different promoters out here that I know and met over this course of this beautiful career that I still do. I was just doing, before the pandemic, I was doing a brunch parties. Shout out to Assorted Flavors. They asked me to join up with them, and we were doing, and we was killing them at Row House. And it just shows me how easy God has blessed me with a talent. And I tell people all the time, I'm so humble with the fact that I can bring people together. People entrust their money into me.
Exactly, brother.
You know what I'm saying? That you entrust, that I'm gonna, and that's why I've always stood by the 4-star quality events and affairs. The evolution of 4-star is Bill Forster right now. I always say, you know, you've done good when you go to a place and people know Bill Forster before they know 4-star, but people that know me know 4-star. You understand what I'm trying to say? So it is such a beautiful thing to know the history. And Dave, you and I have worn so many hats. Like Frank, you too, but Dave and I have a similar background and Dave, you and I, we had this conversation, you know, martial arts, law enforcement, promotions, like sports. You know what I'm saying, Frank? Sports. You know what I'm saying? Like, people know me. Listen, exactly, sports. When I look through my catalog and my friend list, when people say, "Oh, you got," I never forget. Somebody said to me, "You got 5,000 friends," you know, but I know damn near 4,000 of them. How about that? The other 1,000 know of me. How about that? And they you know what's so funny? They celebritize me. They may have met me one time or another, and they wanted to send me a friend request, or they knew when they saw my name pop up, I was 130 friends of their friends, of mutual friends. So they was like, "Yo, that motherfucker must be hot. Let me send him."
Yeah. Hey, Bill, you know what kills me though, and I understand it. my sisters, my Nubian sisters, I love them. I love all of them. But they dress up to come to an event, and they looking fly, and they got their no makeup or very little makeup or whatever, and they expect me to recognize them because we're in the uniform. You know, if they're in corrections or PD or whatever, you don't look the same, and they get mad at you. Well,
Right.
I come to all your events, you don't remember me? I said, I try to tell a little lie. I said, yeah, I think I do. What's your name? I said, oh yeah, that's right. I know who you are. How you doing? Do you get that, Bill? You get that?
Oh, all the time. Yo, let me tell you something. Yo, Malika, if she was upstairs right now, she'll tell you this story. I'd say, Malika, listen, there's so many people that I know I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I'm never gonna let somebody know that I don't know them like that. So when
exactly,
I go right into action. Shout out
good
to
with faces, hard with names.
Yeah. Shout out to my man Jeff Fox, and he kind of taught me this when I used to hang out with him in the industry aspect. I never forget we left. I think it was Kiss when they was on 41st Street at the time, and he came outside. Somebody was like, "You Jeff Fox?" He was like, "Hey, yeah, you know." So I was, but I knew he was so tired. I was about to drive him somewhere, and we was hanging or going somewhere, and he was so tired. And I said, "Yo, Jeff, you just went right back into character." He said, "Bill, it's part of the business. You got to make everybody feel like they're important." And let me tell you something. I've always taken that. So no matter who stops, says hi to me, and some people will kind of segue into how they know you, but some people, but leading to back to what Dave was saying, I was telling Malika, sometimes people gonna say hi to you, and you gotta, I never forget when you start dating, and somebody would say, I said, Malika, you remember so and so? She's like, no. I said, sweetie, you gotta kind of fluff this shit up for me.
Listen. Let me tell you about the business. Is so funny is because I used to go. I remember being someplace and being out of state, and I believe it was one of the groups. They were there, and they was like, "Hey, what's going on?" And I was like, "Hey, how you guys doing?" And it's like, and I was with someone, and they was like, "Yo, I can't go nowhere with you because and like I used to work at the Apollo too, I worked at the Apollo when Percy Sutton still was owned it. You understand? Okay. Yeah. So that was the late 80s when the Mark 125 was on and popping, when 125th Street was on and popping. You could ride down 125th Street and run into your favorite rapper, actor, activist, lawyer, or whatever.
Anybody.
You understand what I'm saying? So hence the reason why we started taking pictures on the fence by the Apollo. It made sense. Like Wednesdays on 125th Street after going to Grant Tombs. Oh my God.
Yep.
Hey, what happened, Bill?
You tell me.
There we go.
We was looking for you. I thought you there you go again, playing Nemo.
Man.
It's like looking for Nemo with you. Where you going? Stay still.
That's that 77 kicking in.
Dave still want to take a cat to the mat. Be careful. He still want to grab a motherfucker up. He think he is 76. He be like, yo, what happened?
Come here, sucker. What you say, sucker?
Yeah. Dave from the
you job, take it.
And the old school shit. He like, Jim Brown and Fred Williamson slapped the shit out you kind of guy.
Yeah. I don't play that shit.
Yeah. yo, Dave from the era where he slapped you had sound effects. Shout out to my big brother Dave.
Yes. My salutes, my hat. Hey, by the way, Dave is getting ready to do a big party in July, man.
Dave, tell us about it.
Come on, Dave. There you go. You done muted him. You gotta unmute yourself.
Get your shit together. Come on. Get your shit. Unmute yourself, Dave. Unmute yourself.
You gotta unmute yourself.
Yeah.
You gotta unmute.
You got your shit on whisper.
There you go. There you go.
We can't hear you though.
Dave got his own background music with him.
You can't be a black exploitation superhero if you can't talk now. You muted yourself. You muted. We can't hear you. Shout out to Debbie. She said on YouTube, she said it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. Deb, you are so right.
Yes.
We're going to have you come on with Dave, and we're going to talk about a lot of stuff like that because you've been around a long time. You are almost a female promoter in this aspect, and you need your flowers too. So we're going to set some stuff up just for all the people that's listening and chiming in on. Just give you the Real Talk Chronicles schedule until Dave gets his stuff together. You know, Dave, you talking? Nobody know what you're saying, B. We're gonna get you together. But let me give you the Real Talk Chronicles schedule. On Monday coming up, we have Dr. Marilyn Corder. We're going to talk mental illness and stuff like that. Every Wednesday, we have Kevin and Chuck, and we got my man Richard Williams in the building. He might be joining the party. With that being said, the third Wednesday, the third Monday of the month, we have Real Talk with Allison Williams. She is recovering very well. She is doing good. I speak to her all the time.
Great.
She is doing great. But we are celebrating Melba Wilson for Black History Month. So that Monday, the 21st, we have Melba Wilson on the show. I will be doing an exclusive interview with Melba Wilson. The Tuesday after that, the 22nd, I'll be here with Lenny Green of WBLS and Indy Smith, and we might be talking a little relationship stuff. Always on the Wednesday, I have Kevin, but I might have some political people coming in, dropping in, and I'm setting up this correction and conversation and also an MTA conversation. And the fourth Monday of the month, the 28th, I have Leon Ellis, formerly owner of Mocha, but the owner of Chocolat and Harlem Underground, to talk about his entrepreneurship and me giving him his flowers and for Black History Month. Dave, can you hear us now, brother? No, you can't. I mean, you can hear us, but we got to get you around. We got to get you someplace where you can kick it.
Yeah. But this is a great platform, brother. And like I said,
absolutely.
Man,
so Frank, what I want you to do, I want you to tell people about the event. What are you doing? What are you having on this day coming up? Tell people.
All right. Well, the event is a Taurus formal affair with an award ceremony. I have, like I said, a lot of you guys here that we're going to honor and give out awards. It's going to be at the Eastwood Manor. That's located at 3371 Eastchester Road in the Bronx. The tickets is $85. It's a 3-course meal involved. So you get a 3-course meal. You get an open bar all night premium liquor. We also doing birthday packages, bottle packages, and you get a free valet parking. We're celebrating my birthday. We're going to celebrate Cato's birthday. We got Will Tracks performing. We got Peter Wayne performing. I got DJ Mike C out of the Brooklyn. Got KC the Prince of Soul hosting it, along with my man DJ P Rock. So it's going to be a beautiful thing. Myself, Robert Hall, John Easley, and Cato, we're the promoters on the event. We got a whole host of people that's going to come out and celebrate their birthday. We got people like yourself that's going to be receiving awards. Once again, we're going to have Pike Entertainment, Big Vaughn, Paradise Style, Little Tony, Mike B, Dave Shepard, Des from LBC, yourself, Bill Forster, Mike, Mark Austin, Lisa, Cindy, Jackie, and Trina. So please, folks, if you want to get in contact with me, it's Frank Lewis on social media, on Facebook. You can reach me at 347-301-5826 if you're interested. Like I said, it's a beautiful affair. It's a formal affair. You know, I mean, shout out to everybody. You know, like, you know, a lot of parties coming up. Shout out to Lady D Wells. You know what I mean? You know, because, you know, shout out to my man Denny Moe. He got a big party coming up in April.
That's
Like I said, Dave Shue has a party coming out next month at the Alhambra Ballroom. My man B Fats got a bring your brown bag situation at Perry Bishop Hall. You know, that's where I started from. I started doing those kind of events, brother. You know, I mean, there's a lot of love around the board. I just want to shout out Gwen. You know, Gwen is my door person. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Gwen, my sister.
I want to shout out Gwen. I want to shout out Wanda. I want to shout out Little Tony. Definitely Bill Stokely. You know, my team. You know that. You know my team and everything, because I can't do this without them. I can't do this without you people. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's just a beautiful thing. You know, I just want.
No one asked, did you work at the Red Parrot?
Say that again.
Did you work at the Red Parrot?
Did you ever work at the Red Parrot?
I did one party at the Red Parrot, and that was when Reggie was down there.
Oh, okay. And my man,
can you hear me, Bill?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I got you.
Okay.
We got you. Hold on. You're gonna close us out, Dave. Hold on. My man Kenny out of PA or Delaware, he said, "Yo, is this a New York thing or can cats from Philly come?" You're always welcome, Kenny. You always
man,
welcome.
it's always love around the board, brother. That's, you know, it's always love.
Paula, my friend Paula said, "Can you repeat your number so she can cop those tickets?"
347-301-5826.
All right, there you go, Paula. If not, hit me up. I'll give you his number. Dave, thank you, Frank. I appreciate the honor.
Nah, Bill, listen, brother. You know, like, thank you, because you know, you and I, we speak, we talk. Right. You know what I mean? And this is way bigger than me. Yeah. It's about you guys. You understand? Mm-hmm. It's definitely about you guys. You know, shout out to all the DJs that I you know, Hollywood and B Fats and Reggie and
Hollywood. Absolutely.
Yeah, you know, Brucey D, all the DJ, Danny D, you know, Ray Z, Smooth Ski. Shout out to Uncle Burn. You know, listen, it's love around the board, everybody, and it's a lot of money to be made, but I pride myself on, you know, some quality events. I don't, you know, I don't care if I hire you and there's one person in the building, you're gonna get paid. Absolutely. That's where we come from. You understand? That's how it is. You know, I don't care if it's 1 million people in the party. If I walk out of that building with $2, I'm cool with that. You know why? Because everybody came and had a good time and they enjoyed themselves. And as Dave said, when is your next event?
Right.
You know, so it's about the quality of the event. You know, it ain't so much about anything else. It's about being able, especially right now in the times that we're in, you want people to be safe, you want people to come out, and you want people to enjoy themselves. So yes, when you come to my event, yeah, we're asking for a COVID card. You know, we're asking for a negative test 3 days before. We're doing temperature checks. You understand? So, you know, we're priding ourselves on health first, safety, you understand, and just coming out and having a great time.
Absolutely. My man Big Norm out of Queens, he said, why Dave in his mind, I guess he said, why Dave had that theme song from Cher playing in his background. He looked like Richard Roundtree, don't he? Shout out to Richard Roundtree.
Oh man. Oh boy. Y'all need to stop.
Yeah, Dave, you know we gotta get at you. Yo, listen, Dave, tell us about your event.
Okay.
What are you doing coming up? And so we can get out of here. I appreciate you. I appreciate the brotherhood. I love conversing with you. I love conversing with Frank. You know, you guys are a blessing to call friends and talk all the time. You know, when we sidebar and stuff and we converse about stuff, I think it's just an awesome thing. I wish you all the success. And, you know, a lot of people know I don't. A lot of people try to slide their little shit on my wall because they know I got a lot of followings, and then I untag myself. But you know, you guys are always welcome to put something, and I have no problems with being seen because I respect your craft and your business. So
thank you, brother.
Dave, tell us what you're doing upcoming besides this event, And then Frank, tell the people where your event's going to be at again, and then we're going to say goodnight. So go ahead, Dave. Tell us what you got coming up.
Okay. So since I've been in the business so long, Bill and Frank, I am retiring with my last party. I will be 70 years old July 28th. Mm-hmm. And on July 30th, I'm giving a Leo blue and white party. Those are the colors. Well, blue is actually my favorite color. I mix it up with the white because it looks nice and it's the summertime. Mm-hmm. Okay. So it's going to be at the Alhambra, July 30th. And I have a show with Kim Swain, who's going to be my host. She's an actress. She's a singer. She's a very talented sister. I have Talent, the comedian, performing. I have Jeff Red performing. And I also have Will Trax performing and a few other surprise guests. The show starts at 8 o'clock. There's, like I said, I'm retiring from the party scene, but I do have a big show in Atlanta sometime in September with Johnny Gill and Karen White, which was supposed to happen in 2020 and then 2021. So I'm thinking 2022 is going to be my lucky year for that big show. And that's going to be in Atlanta at the Energy Carb Center. And I'm also going to do an after party out there. The DJs for my party that night is Apollo DJ Jess. You know him?
No.
Okay. Well, he's been around a while. He plays at the Apollo, Showtime at the Apollo.
You and I, we gave him a soft. No, we don't know.
Well, you know, Cut 'em Loose Bruce. You know Bruce.
Yeah, we know Bruce.
Cut 'em Loose Bruce he's playing that night too.
Okay.
So that's pretty much it. And I'm going to be promoting this thing here first and foremost, the tourist event with Frank and you guys. So
yeah. Well,
that's it for me.
This was our promotion. This is my promotional for this. For those people, please, out there, understand it. You guys can share this to your social media thing. It's on YouTube. It'll be on It's on YouTube and Facebook Live. So you can go to YouTube and Real Talk Chronicles, and you can share this to your page to advertise this event. Don't be shy. Let people know and tell your people to subscribe to it. This was a special edition Real Talk Chronicles. I wanted to do this. Thanks to Dave for putting this in my head, and because it was Frank, I wanted to do it also. So I appreciate that, Dave, and thank you, Frank. Frank, give people the event again, and then we can say goodnight. Go ahead, brother.
Well, you know, real quick, it's the Taurus Formal Affair and Award Ceremony. It's going to be Friday, April the 29th at the Eastwood Manor. The doors open at 7 p.m. It's from 7 to 2. We're going to have a full course meal. That means we're going to have 3 meals. We're going to have your appetizer, your dinner, and your dessert. You know, we're going to have premium top shelf liquor, open bar all night long, free valet parking. It's going to be hosted by KC, the Prince of Soul. DJ is going to be DJ P Rock, Mike C out of Brooklyn. Live performance by Will Trax and my man Peter Wayne. Birthday celebration for myself along with Kato. The other promoters on board would be myself and Robert Hall, Harlem Finest Entertainment, John Easley, and as well as Kato. It's going to be at the Eastwood Manor. That's 3371 Eastchester Road in the Bronx. You know, I got
boogie down.
I got 2 events that we're going. I got 3 things real quick, Bill. We got the outdoor party coming up in at the Riverbank State Park, lower level. We got 1 date for June 18th. Another date is for August 6th, which would be Mark Austin's birthday party. It's going to be the all-white affair. The following week after that, we got a yacht party going on. So, you know, we're just trying to bring some quality events to the people and everything. You know, if you want to get in contact, once again, my number is 347-301-5826. You can follow me on Facebook at Frank Lewis on Facebook. There's 2 pages. You also can follow me on Instagram at Frank the Cameraman, Frank D.A. Cameraman on Instagram. And once again, the number is 347-301-5826. The funny thing is that I used to be like, my email address is.
Yo, Dave, just to give people, if people want to contact you about anything that you're doing, do you have any outlets or contact information that you want to share?
Well, I'm also selling tickets for this event, so they can call me at 914-258-6476. I have 3 pages: David M. Shepard, DMS Live, and David Michael Sr., Instagram, DMS Live, Twitter, DMS Live.
All right. And with that being said, this is Real Talk Chronicles, everybody. I'm your host, Bill Forster. Subscribe to it on YouTube. Share it. Let people know. I appreciate my brothers. Love you guys. Love everybody. Appreciate you. Stay safe.
Love you too, Bill. Thank you.
My brother.
Peace.